I've never been a person to think that skinwalkers are real until 1 week ago. Last week I went camping with my mom and we were in Strawberry, Arizona. We were going to be camping for the weekend starting Friday night to Sunday afternoon. We arrived at about 6 o'clock and it was already dark. My mom started a small fire and we got working on putting up our tents. We got that done about 30 minutes later. We had our dinner, some s'mores, and went to bed. I woke up at 10 as I needed to go pee, so I got out a flashlight and went out to pee. A few moments later, I started walking back to my tent and I heard something scratching on what I assumed was wood. I stopped and I looked around. There was nothing there. I jogged back to my tent and got in. Within a few moments after I got into my tent, I heard the scratching again. It was closer now, way closer. After a minute or two, it went away. I fell asleep 15 minutes later. I was awoken to a loud screech. It sounded like it was within 20 feet of us. I didn't dare go out there with whatever that thing was. I was still half asleep and I turned on my flashlight in the tent and pointed it to the walls of the tent. Big mistake. It was attracted to my light and walked to it. I saw its silhouette come into view. It was a large figure. Everything about it seemed human at first. Then I noticed the fingers. They had what looked like to be claws instead. The height of it was larger than any person I had ever seen. Its legs were not human-like either. They looked like they belonged to a goat. It started scratching on my tent, making holes in it. I saw a part of the tall figure. Its legs were, as I described before, goat-like. I was paralyzed. The thing scratched my leg while trying to get into my tent and I kicked it. To my surprise, it didn't scratch me again whenever I did that. Then the creature started to shrink. This is the best way I can describe it. And it was what appeared to be a wolf, and it got on its back legs and ran. I shit you not, it ran on its back legs. I got a first aid kit out of my bag and wrapped my leg. The cut wasn't too deep, but it was bleeding pretty good. I got out of my tent and went into my mom's tent. She was awake and as frightened as I was. Within 15 minutes, everything was in the car and we got out of there. It was probably 3 in the morning whenever this happened and we got home at about 5 in the morning. Let's just say I'm not going camping again for a while.